10 live wires will be given a unique opportunity to share their creativity with the world and become the next top live wire. I'm your host, Heather Boyd, and this is Live Wires for the Win Season 5. 6 weeks of wire art challenges, countdown to one winner of the grand prize of a $100 gift certificate for my Etsy shop, the Top Live Wire 2026 trophy, and $200 in wire and tools from Beadalon. Your judges are wire artist Heather Boyd and multimedia artist and author Patricia Srigley. Hello, Live Wires. Welcome to the finale of Live Wires for the Win Season 5. Welcome back, fellow judge Patricia Srigley.
Hi.
Hi, Patricia. And welcome to our very special guest judge, Meredith Roddy. Hi, Meredith.
Hello, everybody.
Meredith is the business development and product marketing manager at my favorite company, Beadalon. Thank you so much for coming back on the show to judge the finale. And thank you to Beadalon for your generous donation of the grand prize of $200 worth of artistic wire, German wire, and tools from Beadalon. So we really, really appreciate your support.
We are more than happy to do it, Heather.
Oh.
Thank you so much for running this contest. It's really fun.
Can you just tell us a little bit about Beadalon?
Absolutely. So Beadalon has been manufacturing beading wire in the United States for about 50 years now. You might recognize our spools of wire, but we also sell artistic wire and German style wire. I actually don't have a German style wire package at my fingertips to hold up, but we are so delighted to be able to, oh, thank you so much. Perfect. Great teamwork. We also sell tools and different stringing materials and all kinds of pieces, parts to make jewelry and to support people who are doing beautiful wire working like our contest participants today.
You guys know that I'm your number one fan and I just love your gadgets and tools. This is a perfect relationship that we have going here. So without further ado, let's get going with this week's theme and have a look at our 4 finalists. This week's theme is Spring Has Sprung, and as always, this theme can be interpreted in any way that the participants like. We're going to start with Evelyn, and Evelyn writes, "Spring can be a wonderful rebirth, but also bring wild storms, lots of rain, and sometimes hailstones. However, the amount of new beginnings seem to balance that out. My charming lady has just discovered the jackpot of Easter baskets and is going where the wind takes her. The idea came from a much larger scale sculpture I was inspired by on a much smaller scale." And Evelyn also sent me, she was inspired by one of those large kind of fairy outdoor sculptures, but she's done her own very special take on this sculpture. And I'm going to show you, we have some other photos. So she's got some in progress photos. And I always love when people send their in progress photos to really get an idea about how the piece is put together. Yeah, there's her scrap wire bin. That's awesome to be able to use your scrap wires for a project too. And there's the full piece, and there's a close-up of the face. So she's done the wound wire with little details of the face on top and then in the window. I love Evelyn's style. She's really into experimenting with new things. When we did the Olympics theme, she did a very simple headpiece, and then she's experimented with other mixed wires as well. So this is a fun piece. I really like the energy behind this piece. I love that she referenced the storms in the spring, which is not immediately what people think when spring has sprung, but it's true. Like in the month of April, we'll get all kinds of crazy storms, especially here in Montreal. I love her little Easter basket. She's got a basket within a basket and many different thicknesses and gauges of wire and different tones of wires. I thought this was a really fun piece. And Patricia, what did you think of Evelyn's piece?
I thought Evelyn's piece was so lively and full of movement. And, I hadn't thought of Easter and spring together, but it's true. Easter is sort of when spring starts. I really liked the blowing hair and the startled expression on the face of the lady. I thought that was really fun. And the basket, too, is beautifully made, the smaller gold basket, really beautifully put together. Really fun piece.
And Meredith, what did you think of Evelyn's piece?
I will definitely echo Patricia's comment about the movement. That's what struck me first about this piece is there's so much going on, but you can really feel the energy in how she's constructed it. And I really, really liked how that came through. I too love the hair, and it kind of feels like she's in in that storm as she's sitting and kind of gathering all of these different symbols of spring. And it's true, spring is very stormy. This is the first sunny day that we've had here in Pennsylvania in a while. So I love how she captures not only kind of the rebirth and the light of spring, but also she's really addressed the tumultuousness that can come out of spring as well.
Great job, Evelyn. Next, we have Sharon, and Sharon writes, Welcome to Spring Has Sprung. When one thinks of this topic, flowers, trees, and leaves come to mind. I know I thought of that too, but this is the finals. I need to think outside the box. Box. Well, hello, Jack. Jack in the box. I eat there all the time. Love to get the egg rolls instead of the French fries, but I digress. So what I've made here is lily in the box with beautiful pink and purple Viking weave lilies springing out of the box so it can catch up on some rays. Its blue center coils spring out to let the bees and ladybugs have some delish nectar too. Let spring be sprung and enjoy the rest of the season. So let's have a little peek at Sharon's photos. So she's put a photo of her workspace. I love this, being able to see the work in progress. She's got her leaf and the flower and the spring, the base, close up of the flower. Patricia, what did you think of Sharon's piece?
I love the explosiveness of it. Like the flower petals, they go so far off into space. It's amazing. And this very sturdy stem to sort of hint at a lot of growth to come. And the colors are lovely. Like there's so many colors in the flower, which there should be. And even the detail of these cute little leaves that almost look like earrings if the flower was a head. Really beautiful spring creation.
Lovely. And Meredith, what did you think of Sharon's piece?
The first thing that struck me about Sharon's piece was the color and the use of color. And when I first saw it, I thought it was reminiscent of a peacock. And only after reading her description did I kind of see how she had built that beautiful flower out of the different colors. But I really like that it struck me first as a peacock. It's kind of hard seeing it as in a photo rather than real life. But what really struck me actually, and listening to Patricia talk, is the construction of it. Because one of the things that I think that we take for granted when we look at wire work and wire sculpture is how difficult it can be to balance the weight of a top piece with the weight of a bottom piece, and kind of how to make this so that it stands and stands beautifully and doesn't topple over. And so that's really what strikes me about it, is how she weighted the bottom, that box part of it, but still has that beautiful flowing flower coming out of it. And that's what really impresses me the most about this piece.
I agree with you. The balance is amazing. It's very tricky to make a three-dimensional piece that stands without using a base. So she did a wonderful job of that. And I love her variety of gauges of wire. The base is made with quite a thicker wire, and the flower is very delicate. My husband saw the peacock right away as well. I didn't notice right away, but as soon as he said it, I couldn't unsee it. I agree with you. I like that you can see other things in the piece, not just what she created. The flower is really well done. You really feel like it's springing out and getting larger and blooming. And of course, I always love Sharon's whimsical descriptions of her work. She's such a creative soul, and she just lets her mind wander, and that's the beauty of creating art. You start with a theme and then you go off in whatever direction that your mind takes you. And I always encourage people to think outside the box, and she literally thought outside the box for this one. Wonderful job, Sharon. I love your colors and the energy of the piece. Good job. Next, we have Julie, and Julie writes, Every spring I love watching cocoons transform into beautiful butterflies, and I love all the flowers blooming. This piece represents growth and rebirth and embodies what spring means to me. This might have been my most challenging piece. So Julie sent a few photos. We have one of her work table, shows a little bit the scale with the pliers. And then she's got, I like when people show their sketches and their ideas. So she's got the little loopy flower. And then this is beautiful. Her drawing is gorgeous. Really nice. I love line drawing, so that's beautiful. Oh, and there's another one of just the side with the wing, the flower wing. So Meredith, what do you think of Julie's piece?
Julie's piece really speaks to me. This is more my style of wire work. Very orderly, very clean, very line based, almost like a drawing. And that's what really struck me. In addition to the fact that butterflies and flowers are two of my favorite things,
Nice.
and making flowers out of wire is one of my favorite things. So really, just from on a personal note, this piece really spoke to me. Additionally, her use of color I really like, and just the cleanness of the lines and the cleanness of the wire work is what I really liked the most about this piece.
You. Julie has a very nice style, very well constructed, very clean. I love that she's used the different colors. And I think this thing that stands out most for me in this piece is I love that she's got the butterfly on one side and the flowers on the other, and that the flowers actually look like the other wing of the butterfly, which I didn't see right away. When I first looked at it, I saw a profile of a butterfly on the flowers, but then you can also read it as the right side being the other wing. And so it's a nice take on the transformation concept. It's not just cocoon butterfly, it's a really nice integration with the flowers as well. And in this particular piece, she's used some interesting techniques with the twisting here to make these leaves. And then these leaves are different with the little loops and they're wound onto the base. And she used different colors. It's very easy to default to doing the same type of flower, the same type of leaf. So it's really nice that she's experimented with different techniques within the piece, but yet it hasn't made it messy or confusing. It's very cohesive. It's a beautiful piece and definitely Julie's style. And Patricia, what do you think of Julie's piece?
This is a very good example of less is more.
Mm,
It's simple, it's clear, and it's all the stronger for it. And I made the same notation as you, Heather, that each flower and leaf is a different shape and a different color, which is wonderful. And they almost form the shape of the other butterfly's wing. So when I saw it, I saw two wings, one like
yes.
the stark plainness of winter, and the other one the growth of spring. So, yeah, I was really impressed with this. I think it's very beautiful.
Great job, Julie. Next, we have Mustafa, and Mustafa writes, Springing to Life. For this week, I've learned how to solder different kinds of metal wire. This sculpture captures spring not as a single moment, but as a dynamic journey of transformation. By depicting the full life cycle from grounded caterpillar to delicate chrysalis and finally the soaring butterfly, it illustrates the energy of springing into a new existence. The spiral wire mimics a growing vine, guiding the eye upwards through each stage of rebirth. It celebrates the creative spirit of the season, the profound, messy, and beautiful transition from winter's dormancy to vibrant winged life. Its sculpture is 7 by 4.5 inches and it's attached by anchor holes to a base. Patricia, would you like to start with Mustafa's work?
Sure, yeah. Again, I'm a fan of his work. I'm always so impressed, and I felt this week was his greatest accomplishment. The spiral is perfect to lead up to the butterfly that's going to fly away, and the caterpillar reminds me of a monarch with, the dense coiling and the different striped colors of metal. And then the little chrysalis is beautiful. Each element is so beautiful. And when the butterfly comes out, they can't fly right away. They have to open their wings to the sun and let them dry before they can fly. So that's what's happening with the lower down butterfly. And then the top one, like it's so intricate and so beautifully symmetrical. And And often, people focus on the wings. And if you look at the butterfly's body, like even that is amazingly detailed, done and symmetrical. And yeah, just so impressed.
So we have this one from over top. So you could see a little bit more the weaving and the twisting and the body of the butterfly. And here's a side view and another view. And Meredith, what did you think of Mustafa's piece?
Most of his piece is just impressive. It is aesthetically and technically so well done. I love the little caterpillar all the way at the bottom and the chrysalis, and kind of as Patricia was saying, the progression up the spiral. Once again, there's that difficulty in balancing a design, which has been done so well with the thick wire of that spiral, but also making sure that each piece is staggered to rise up to that butterfly on top. It's just exquisite. It's really, really impressive wire work.
I agree. The composition is lovely, how he has the pieces staggered around the spiral. Even just the cocoon is so detailed, lots of wire. And it's nice that he's used different tones of wire to give it a little bit more differentiation. And I really like the fact that the lower butterfly didn't have such detail in it, whereas the focus was on the one at the top with all the little extra detail and the weaving and the lines. And the shape is lovely. It's a very classic butterfly shape and looks very realistic in a way as well. And he's attached it to a base, which was fine. We did tell the participants they could use a base if you wanted to help with the design to make it a little more stable. It works with the piece. It's just a simple wooden base. I love the spiral. I think that's a really nice way to integrate all the pieces. And that's also a little bit of a challenge when you have a lot of elements that you want to put together is how do you attach them or put them together in a way that it's really cohesive. I found this one really worked as a great overall composition and technically it's impeccable. So good job, Mustafa. Thank you to all the viewers who submitted their feedback on all the work and voted for your favorite creation. I'm going to link up a document in the description below where you can see all of the creations from the entire season and read all the feedback from the viewers. So we've got an amazing collection of work from day one to today. And without further ado, the viewer's choice for the finale was Mustafa. Congratulations, Mustafa, for being the viewer's choice for the finale. And now we are going to give the judges' choices for the finale. There will be a top live wire for this week, for this week's theme, but then we are going to choose the overall winner. We've looked at all of the work from day one and made an executive decision on who will be the top live wire for season 5. Patricia, can you give me your top 3 in order?
Mustafa, Julie, and Sharon.
And Meredith, who are your top 3?
My number one was Mustafa. Number two, I chose Sharon. And for number three, I chose Julie. But I think
Perfect.
everybody did a fabulous job.
Yes, I agree with you. It's everybody's done such a fabulous job. My top 3 this week was Julie, Sharon, and Mustafa. So the top live wire for this week's theme was Mustafa. Congratulations, Mustafa,
Yay.
for being the top live wire for week 6, the finale of Live Wires for the Win. And now we are going to choose the overall winner of Live Wires for the Win. So here we have all of the pieces from Mustafa from the My Life in Wire, Wired for Gold, Play It by Ear, Come Sail Away, and All Shapes and Sizes. And then today's piece with the butterfly. And then we have Sharon's pieces. She has My Life in Wire, Wired for Gold, Play It by Ear, Come Sail Away, and All Shapes and Sizes. And then her piece today. And then we have Evelyn, My Life in Wire, Wired for Gold, Play It by Ear, Come Sail Away, and All Shapes and Sizes. And then today's piece, Spring Has Sprung. And then we have Julie, My Life in Wire, Wired for Gold, Play It by Ear, All Shapes and Sizes, Come Sail Away. And then today's Spring Has Sprung. We have discussed all of the work, and the winner of season 5 of Live Wires for the Win is Julie. Congratulations, Julie, for being the top live wire and the winner of season 5 of Live Wires for the Win. We chose Julie for her variety of styles and her beautiful concepts, starting with the peacock in My Life in Wire, Wired for Gold for its storytelling and originality. We particularly loved her Play It by Ear with her freestanding sculpture of the organ. It was a beautiful piece with lots of different techniques. And then her Come Sail Away. And then her Picasso-inspired All Shapes and Sizes of the Silhouette Face. And of course, today's. So thank you very much to all the participants for sharing your incredible creations from day 1 of Live Wires for the Win. Thank you to all the viewers for voting each week and for your great feedback on all the work. Be sure to stay tuned for season 6 next year. We have some big changes coming. It's going to be a lot of fun. And thank you, Patricia, for being a judge each week.
Thank you. It's so much fun, and I love seeing all the amazing, beautiful work.
Thank you, Meredith, for being a guest judge on the finale.
Thank you so much for having me. Congratulations to all of the participants and to the winner.
Be sure to join the Wire Makers Club on Facebook to share photos of your wire art and jewelry, and stay tuned for updates about Live Wires for the Win Season 6. Also be sure to join the Jewelry Making with Beadalon Facebook page to share your work and be inspired by other wire artists and jewelry makers. Thank you, everybody. It's been a wonderful experience as always. So much inspiration. Keep creating your beautiful wire work, and we will see you the next time. Bye.